Hello Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. You all know I just love flowers, and if you're just watching one of my videos for the first time, well, stay tuned because I love flowers. So of course I fell in love with the Avant Garden Celebration stamp set. So this stamp set you can get for free, which is even better. Flower stamp sets for free. I love that. So this stamp set has awesome greetings as well as some gorgeous flowers that you can use on your projects. So I am loving it. So today I'm going to show you how I did this amazing card with a cool technique called rock and roll. So for this technique, I'm just going to push this aside, and there, you can still kind of see it on the corner. I have a piece of Whisper white cardstock measuring 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I'm going to take that top image, that's the flower, and I'm going to be using both Wisteria Wonder, here, let's see, Wisteria Wonder here, as well as Elegant Eggplant. So I'm going to ink it up in my lighter shade, the Wisteria Wonder. So there, it's all light purple. And then now I'm going to bring in the Elegant Eggplant, and I'm going to literally like rock and roll over the top. So I'm not going to touch the center of the stamp into it. Now I will say this is one that you kind of want a clear block that fits the stamp very well, and also know that you're going to make a mess out of the clear block. You can see that there's ink all along the edges there. So be very careful whenever you stamp your image down because that ink is there. So now I'm just going to stamp it on my project, and you can see how there's that fabulous purple tip around there. And then you will want to clean your stamp between each flower. But I did actually stamp a second one in that same color so that I would have that lighter and darker shade. So I actually only went and cleaned it once. I've just found that it's easier to clean it between each one so that you know that your rock and roll is going to be exact each time. So again, I'm going to that Wisteria Wonder, then I'm bringing in my Elegant Eggplant, and I'm just rocking and rolling all the way around there. And now I'm going to stamp it down onto my cardstock. How amazing is that? Super fabulous. So then I took the stem and some Cucumber Crush, and I'm just going to stamp that down. And I don't want my stems to come down super far because of my ribbon here, and I don't want them to pop out the bottom of my ribbon. So you can always plan your ribbon accordingly, or you can always put a little mask down there to make sure that it doesn't go any farther down. So you can take your little ribbon away, and then I just have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'll put my cardstock in there, and now I know that it won't go any farther down than I want it to. So there you have your little flowers, and then voila! Now you don't have to worry about that because your ribbon will cover up your ends and everything. So perfect little masking technique there, just cover up that little spot. And then of course we have the leaf too, that I'm going to add a few leaves in there. And we'll stamp it twice for that variation in color, and add some of those leaves up in there. So then I actually just took my ribbon and I added a little bit of adhesive along there, and then stuck my ribbon down. And then we can't forget our greeting, which I used Happy Birthday Wishes, and I did that in the Elegant Eggplant, the darkest color, and just stamped it off to the side. So now we are ready to flip it over and add a little adhesive to either end to secure our ribbon tails. Whoop! And then now we can go ahead and add adhesive to the entire back. And a little dab in the middle. Then I layered it onto some Elegant Eggplant. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I put that onto a card base of Wisteria Wonder. So we're just going to fold our card base in half, and then of course use our bone folder for that nice strong crease. And I actually added this piece to my card front with Stampin' Dimensionals because I love dimension and always have to have a little bit of it on my cards somewhere. I'm also an overuser of dimensionals. You probably don't need this many, but I know where I can find more, so I tend to use as many as I wish. And I always feel like if I put one there, then one needs to go there, and if I put one there, it needs to go there, and so then it just ends up being full of dimensionals. I'm very bad with random. So now we have our card, and then this one I'm actually going to use some Daffodil Delight enamel shapes. And I'm just going to add the little circles there to the center. On the original, I actually used Elegant Eggplant for the little centers, but I thought this one I would do something different and add a little pop of color with that yellow there. So here we have our two samples, super fabulous using that rock and roll technique, and then I used Daffodil Delight enamel shapes and Elegant Eggplant enamel shapes. Super, super fun. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you try it out yourself. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite color combinations are to use. Just make sure you always use one that's light and then the other one is dark. You don't want to use two lights or two darks or otherwise it won't come out the same. You can also use a sponge dauber to pounce on the edges too as a little pouncing technique rather than rock and roll. So let me know what your favorite color combination is down below. I'd love to hear from you on that and try that combination out myself. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe if you're new and head over to my blog laurastamppad.com and check out the samples of these as well as oodles of others. I'll see you all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.